Hi there! So I'm still stoked about having the pleasure of participating in my first ever tech field day just 2 months ago in Denver, Colorado, where Commvault arranged their annual conference, Commvault GO 2019, or just GO 2019, where we mostly cuddled some puppies, we did some partying, we met some men in kilts, yeah. And we got some awesome swag, including this straw, apparently. Most importantly, we learned about the new future direction of the hashtag #NewCommvault from their new and dynamic CEO. And that new direction has two cornerstones from where I'm standing. First, Metallic, their new data protection as a service offering. And secondly, Hedvig IP, which they will be leveraging to entering the new primary storage market. Interesting stuff, which we will be talking about now. Just as a heads up for you, this is gonna be one of the longer videos of mine. So I will leave a list of topics with timestamps right about here for you if you want to skip to some specific topic instead of watching the whole video. So just like about every other important player in the enterprise IT field, Commvault also has their annual conference called Commvault GO. And this year's event was organized in Denver, Colorado, and it attracted more than 2,000 customers, partners, and just generally people who are interested in what Commvault is doing today and where it's headed within the next few years. This year's slogan was more than ready, which was, in my opinion, very nicely reflected everywhere, starting from keynote speeches to customer booths, to aisle decoration, etc., etc. So the message was very, very well presented, and it was loud and clear. We had interesting booths there, like data therapy dogs, for example, where you can cuddle some puppies. We had silent discos, we have a variety of different partner booths, etc., etc. I was invited to Commvault GO as a Tech Field Day delegate, and why I'm so stoked about this is because I've been a fan of Tech Field Day for years already. I have watched probably dozens, if not hundreds of their videos, and if you're not familiar with what Tech Field Day is, it's an event where on the other side of the table there's some enterprise IT vendor presenting their products and their business, and on the other side of the table there's a bunch of independent enterprise IT enthusiasts, influencers and professionals asking the tough questions from the vendors. This is an awesome way of learning firsthand about new and prominent startups in the industry, as well as well-established companies when they bring something new to the market. So super excited to be part of this family now. Tech Field Day is always broadcasting these sessions live in their website, and if you miss that live broadcast, then you can always go to YouTube or Vimeo where they are posting those recordings afterwards, so you can watch them at any time convenient for you. One of the more interesting things for me was to see the new CEO, Sanjay Mirchandani, first step into that big stage and presenting on the Commvault GO, and secondly, of course, to hear his idea of the vision of the future of Commvault. While Mr. Mirchandani went through a variety of different topics, varying from respecting the customer challenges all the way to new offerings, etc., etc., one thing caught my attention, and that was something that he referred to as the data brain. What we're talking about here is two-folded. So when we're talking about data and storage management, we really have to separate the two. We have to understand that there's a difference between managing your storage and managing your data. So if we think about the late announcements by Commvault, it's easy to see that we want to take care of both data management and storage management, and we want to take care of both primary and secondary data. Secondary data for Commvault is quite natural, obviously, for a data protection company. But the primary storage is something that has been lacking from their portfolio. They have not really been in the primary business before, but now with Hedvig IP, that's kind of the missing piece of the puzzle. If they manage to do what they are presenting here as a future vision, this whole unified data and storage management, the data brain, they would pretty much be the first one on the market to actually unlock this secret. So I'm very much looking forward to this and how they actually manage to implement this. Another minor detail that speaks for Commvault's success in the future is Commvault being the leader in both Gartner Magic Quadrant for data center backup and recovery solutions, as well as Forrester Wave for data resiliency and solutions. As my fellow delegate, Shin Fahio, aka Storage Gaga, said, this is what Commvault CEO Mirchandani is super proud of. And I'm sure everybody at Commvault is, they should be at least. So this is actually pretty impressive. One of the things that I had no idea about before Commvault GO was that they were planning to announce their new as-a-service offering for Commvault products and services, and they named that offering Metallic. Metallic is a new entity, a new sub-brand for Commvault. It's, as they call it in their website, it's a Commvault venture. I had the pleasure of sitting down at a dinner table with the head of product and engineering at Metallic, with Mr. Hedvig GO, and he explained it to me in a way that think of it like Azure is to Microsoft. You know, it's still a Microsoft Azure, it's still one service in their portfolio, but it's so different and so big compared to anything else in their portfolio, so that they just wanted to make it distinguish in their portfolio. And it works very well. People understand Azure is Microsoft, but it is its own entity. So that's the same thing what Commvault is after with creating this new sub-brand for their SaaS offering about Metallic. They are starting the offering with 3 different options. We have the core backup and recovery, which is mainly targeted at virtual machines, file servers, and SQL backups. The second one is the Office 365, which is super interesting for most of us. We are using 365, and by default, we don't get any backup or data protection solutions with 365. So Metallic can be an easy solution for this one. And then finally, we have the endpoint backup and recovery. So that's basically backing up your laptop or other similar end user devices. So this is just the offering they're starting with, and no doubt it will be expanding from this in the future, but these are the obvious first 3 offerings here. Unfortunately, the offering is only available in the US in the beginning. I really do hope that they would expand that very, very quickly. And by the way, make Finland on the top of your priorities when you do. I would really like to see this in Finland. I'm sure that there are many companies here in Europe and in the Nordics as well that are interested in this kind of offering. Anyway, so that's a natural way to start off the things. Another thing is that their sales is 100% through partner network. This is something that I would have liked to see done a bit differently. I would like to see a way to buy this easily with your credit card from their website. So there is already now a 45-day trial that's easy to start from their website. Just clicking start free trial, fill in a couple of details about yourself, and off you go, if you're in the US. So the natural step after that would be just to show your credit card information, or just to fill in that, and continue using Metallic. But now you have to go to a partner, and through the partner network you have to then do the purchase. But this is at least the way things are now. Maybe this will change in the future as well, who knows. But anyway, super interesting stuff. All the traditional, all the familiar Commvault stuff now offered as a service. Points for that. And then there's Hedvig. Hedvig is obviously the technology that enables Commvault to enter the primary storage market to begin with. They acquired Hedvig a few months ago, and it was, by the way, the first acquisition of Commvault's. Commvault has never bought a business before, in this scale at least. And this is interesting. This is super interesting stuff, because Hedvig is I don't know if you can consider it to be a startup anymore, but it's one of the smaller players in the storage field. Their software, their solution is completely software based. So it's a pure SDS, software defined storage. Scrolling through their website, we can see that they are saying it's a distributed storage platform, web scale made simple. It has connectivity components to all the major public cloud providers, as well as Kubernetes is supported. You can install their software on virtually any hardware of your choice in your private on-prem environments, etc., etc. So now, for me, it's kind of interesting to see what the current partners of Commvault will think about this, because, for example, HPE and NetApp have been quite visible partners for Commvault, but now they're becoming kind of competitors, aren't they? Up until now, Commvault has not been competing with HPE and NetApp in the primary field, but now they are entering that field. So how does this affect the partnerships? Remains to be seen once again, but while I was talking about this with many Commvault representatives in Commvault GO, they assured everybody there that their partnership with HP and NetApp and everybody else will remain strong, and they very much look into actually strengthening those relationships. So they are entering the primary storage market, but at the same time they want to deepen and broaden the partnerships with the other players. Sounds good. Once again, remains to be seen how this will be implemented, but very much looking forward to this. And finally, after everything, we had, of course, the final after party in the last evening of the Commvault GO. It was a fun one. We had all kinds of games, good food, we had the silent discos, and just generally having fun with other delegates and other, Commvault GO goers. And in addition to creating killer user interfaces and a nice SaaS offering, damn, those metallic people can dance. Thank you, Tech Field Day. Thank you, Commvault, for a fun time at Commvault GO. It was an absolute pleasure for me to be part of that story. And if you want any more information about Commvault, Commvault GO, or Metallic, Hedvig, anything like that, Tech Field Day, I will leave a ton of links in the comment section, including my couple of blog posts and blogs and tweets by my tech superhero friend Bart Huygens. Always awesome posts and videos by Keith Townsend, aka CTO Advisor. Super insightful posts by Chris Evans. Great content by a fellow YouTuber Jeffrey Powers, aka Gigasign. The storage graybeard Ray Lucchesi. Ray, we need to party more. And then we have all the tweets and posts by the data chick Karen Lopez, the all-inspiring youth of enterprise IT Corey Younger, Malaysia's finest Jin Fahio, aka Storage Gaga, and his captivating posts. And that guy, the man in the kilt and with the words Josh Fidel. That is it from me at this point. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.